Your headline is like the title of a movie. Just as a great movie title hooks your interest and makes you want to watch the movie, a great headline captures attention and entices people to click, read, or buy. But here's the catch. Just like a bad movie that has a great title, you can have a fantastic product or service. But if your headline isn't on point, people are going to score right by. So in this video, we're diving into the psychology of headlines, exploring effective structures and sharing proven formulas to help you craft those all-important words that drive clicks, shares, and conversions. Whether it's for emails, blogs, ads, or social posts, mastering the art of writing headlines is a skill that will instantly boost your marketing impact. So let's get started. The headline is the most crucial part of your copy. It's what people see first and what will determine whether or not they engage with your content. A good headline should be concise, clear, and compelling. It should also be relevant to your target audience and what they're interested in. Writing a great headline isn't just about using the right words. It's about understanding the psychology behind what makes people click. You need to know how to grab their attention, how to make them curious, and how to give them a reason to stop and take action. That's why we created this ultimate guide to writing click-worthy headlines. We're going to cover everything from the basic elements of a headline to more advanced techniques that the pros use. We'll also share some of our favorite tools and resources for coming up with new ideas. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of the psychology of headlines and how to use it to your advantage. You'll be able to write headlines that are not only attention-grabbing, but also effective at driving clicks, shares, and conversions. So let's dive in and get started. Here's a quick glance at what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at the psychology of headlines and how they influence people's decisions. Then we'll move on to the structure of a headline and the key elements that make it effective. Next, we'll share some of our favorite formulas for writing headlines that convert. And finally, we'll give you some tips on how to test and improve your headlines over time. Now let's get back to work. As you may already know, attention is the first step to influencing someone's decision to take action. If you can't grab someone's attention, then they're not going to stick around to hear what you have to say. That's where the psychology of headlines comes in. By understanding how the brain processes information and how people make decisions, you can craft headlines that are more likely to get people to click, read, or buy. For example, people are more likely to take action if they feel like they're in control of the situation. So try using phrases like, "do this to achieve X," or "how to X." These phrases give people a sense of agency and control, which can increase the effectiveness of your headlines. Another important aspect of the psychology of headlines is the idea of loss aversion. People are more likely to take action to avoid losing something than they are to gain something. So if you're selling a product that helps people avoid negative outcomes, be sure to highlight that in your headlines. Here are some examples. X. Stop wasting time. Learn how to X, or don't make this mistake. Do this instead. Now that we've covered the psychology of headlines, let's take a look at the structure. A typical headline has 4 key elements: the main message, the target audience, the benefit, and the call to action. When crafting your headline, it's important to keep these elements in mind. Your main message should be clear and concise. What is it that you're trying to say? Who are you trying to say it to? What benefit is there for them? And what do you want them to do next? Once you have a clear understanding of these 4 elements, you're ready to start writing. Now let's dive into some of our favorite formulas for writing click-worthy headlines. The first formula is how to plus target audience plus benefit. This is a great formula to use when writing blog posts or articles. For example, how to market to millennials. Another effective formula is who plus verb plus adjective plus noun. This formula works well for email subject lines. For example, wealthy people buy this one thing. Now that you know some of the basic formulas for writing headlines, let's take things to the next level with some more advanced techniques. One technique that we love is using numbers in your headlines. People are naturally drawn to numbers because they provide a sense of specificity and clarity. For example, 5 ways to increase your income, or 10 best practices for social media marketing. Another technique is to use questions in your headlines. This can be a great way to grab attention and make people curious. For example, are you making these common mistakes? Or what is the secret to success? Crafting headlines that truly resonate with your audience and drive results takes practice, but by understanding the psychology behind headlines and following the tips and tricks we've shared in this video, you'll be well on your way to writing headlines that get clicks, shares, and conversions. Remember to keep it concise, be specific, and use strong verbs. Test out different formulas and techniques, and don't be afraid to experiment. With a little practice, you'll be crafting headlines that pack a punch in no time. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome content. Thank you for watching.